Hello, this is Deborah with Black Education TV. Now, it's been a while since I've done a video like this, but I decided to do one today because there is so much happening in the so-called black community, and it behooves me when you have brothers, grown men, who feel the need to spam the channels of the Daughters of Zion with foolish nonsense. Like I said, it's been a while since I've addressed things like this, but I decided to do it today because we have work to do, family, and the constant attacks that we have going on in the so-called black community against each other is ridiculous. Now, when I think of a grown man, a grown black man, I think of someone who's supposed to be a leader, who's supposed to be running things in his own hood, supposed to be the head of his household and the head of his community. Now, I just did a video where I was talking about the women down in South Fulton, Georgia, black women. They are heading in every position in the criminal justice system down there. Judge, chief, every position is held by a black woman. Now, this is in no way meant to put brothers down, but what I'm trying to do here, because there's a lot of brothers who watch this channel, who support this channel, who understand and know what their position is, and they take it very well within their households. I take my hat off to the brothers that handle their business. You are very much appreciated. You are very much appreciated. And it's unfortunate that you have those men who decide that they want to do something different and they want to be a detriment in our communities rather than an asset. And so when you have men, grown men, who have nothing to do all day but get on Facebook and bash women, comment on my channel and the channel of many other sisters saying that we're retarded, we're ignorant, we're feminist, calling us false prophets, dropping your favorite scripture, "Oh, I suffer not a woman to teach nor usurp authority over the man." I want you to think about that scripture every time you post it under someone's YouTube channel. So, in your mind, doing a video, any video, because most of my videos don't even have a religious topic. This started off as a channel where I was going to be dealing with black history, things of that nature. I do gardening videos. For goodness sake, I do videos encouraging people to research building tiny homes. I mean, just so many different topics covered on this channel. But you, old grown man, you feel energized coming on someone's channel, dropping the scripture, "I suffer not a woman to teach." My question to you is, why do you even subject yourself to even watching my videos if you feel like you're being taught? Do you feel like I'm usurping authority over you by doing a video on YouTube? And first of all, and then another one of your favorites is let the women keep silent in the churches. So now YouTube is a church, huh? Even though all of those scriptures that you're quoting in error. You're quoting them in error. But it shows something that's going on in your mind when you feel the need to do that. You kind of remind me of a fourth grader who's always picking at the little girls in your class. That's what you remind me of. You can't respect your elders. Some of you are young enough to be my children, one of my sons, but you feel the need to come and poke your head in and quote your little scriptures that you suffer not a woman to teach, nor you so. And some of you don't even agree with Paul's teaching, but you love that one. And you don't even understand that particular passage. We did a whole 3-hour lesson on that. Paul is the same man who said that you shouldn't treat these women who are fellow workers in the gospel. He told you to respect them. We did a whole 3-hour lesson on that, but most of you wouldn't even take the time to sit through that lesson because there's too much being said that you will not understand, or should I say agree with. You pick and choose what you agree with, what you want to deal with. But it shows that there is something going on in your mind when you feel the need to come on the channels of the Daughters of Zion and quote the same thing over and over. Do you think we're going to shut our channels down because you're telling us that you suffer not a woman to teach nor usurp authority over the man? Do you feel like you're being usurped when you listen to a video that a sister puts out? Do you feel like this sister have taken control of your life? And that she's usurping you? Come on now, brothers. Let me tell you what we all need to be focusing on at this point, instead of this nonsense that you keep doing. We need to get our communities together. I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of sisters and brothers who would love to sit down with some of you and come up with some plans on how to take care of our people when the economy crashes. I'm pretty sure that some brothers and sisters would love to come together and do that. Do you have any plans or any scriptures as relates to that? Any at all, brothers? Do you have anything that you can say to us, any scriptures you can drop in the comment section about how we are going to feed our people when the dollar crashes? Because I see a tremendous amount of time being spent in other directions, talking about other things that don't matter. Because as I've stated, I don't know any sister who's going to say, man, you know what, this brother's right. Let me stop putting up videos. Let me just go sit myself down somewhere and bury my head in the sand so that he can feel like a man. Is this what you expect the sisters to do? Shut it all down so that you can feel adequate? Like I said, some of you are young enough to be one of my sons. But you have this disrespect in you. This younger generation is ridiculous right now. So disrespectful. No respect at all. And you think that the Most High is pleased with this. He is not pleased with your behavior. You come on the channels of the Daughters of Zion calling us out of our name, calling us the B word, calling us all kinds of things. And it makes you feel like a big man. So proud of yourself, huh? Right now I'm giving you the rebuke of a mother. And those of you that are older than me or maybe my age, it's rare that I see brothers older than me do things like this. It's usually the young ones, the really young ones. I'm giving you the rebuke of a mother right now. And those of you who may be around my age, the rebuke of a sister. Because you are out of order. And I'm speaking for all of those sisters who put in a lot of hard work and time to bring forth any type of information. It doesn't just have to be biblical information. But there are some sisters giving some really good information out here about other things, and yet you still come at them in a disrespectful way, in a dishonorable way, as if you believe that the Most High is sitting on high in heaven, saying to you, well done, my good and faithful servant. You sure put her in place. You sure told her, yeah, you called her. Can you imagine our forefather Abraham talking about knocking Sarah upside her head, or calling her the B word, or calling her an H, the H word? You can't honestly believe, you cannot honestly believe that you represent the Most High with that foolishness. You cannot honestly believe that you represent him. I don't even know where this type of attitude comes from, because I don't see it anywhere in Scripture. This is some modern day madness that we're witnessing right now. Modern day madness. Now, I'm sure there are examples in Scripture to where the men were a certain way, But I haven't seen any of this in Scripture. I haven't seen any Scripture. If someone can point it out to me, that would be great. Where the men were calling the women out of their names, or stating that the women need to give their money to them and all of this other nonsense. Where the men were just constantly badgering the women and treating them like trash and all of this. It's ridiculous. It's off the chain. It's disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And what's sad is you don't seem to care that the other nations are watching. The scripture tells us to be a light to the Gentiles. It says to be a light. But you are displaying darkness, and you're okay with that. But somehow you think the Most High is looking the other way. No, he's not looking the other way. He's jotting down every last bit of it. And you will be dealt with accordingly. It amazes me how you all say you're Torah keepers. How you say you represent the Most High. But all you have for the daughters of Zion is the nonsense that we see you do constantly on Facebook, on YouTube. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And as one brother stated, well, I'm not going to call him a brother, one man stated, one dude, one fellow, whatever you want to call yourself, you're going to teach your sons to do the same thing. Yeah, one dude actually said he's going to teach his sons to call his wife the B word until she thinks it's her name. Utterly ridiculous. This Hebrew Israelite thing has gotten out of control. This is far worse than anything I've seen in terms of how men treat women. Because we are supposed to be held to a higher standard if we call ourselves the chosen seed of Israel. You're supposed to be held to a higher standard. Learn not the way of the heathen. And that's exactly what you've done. You've learned the way of the heathen. And you've gone beyond the heathen in many regards. I saw some other horrendous stories the other day that just really sickened me. More and more we're seeing these men killing the daughters of Zion. Now I know it's always happened, but when you are constantly hearing these stories yet and still, where the daughters of Zion are being killed by men who claim to be the strongest on the planet. They claim that they are physically stronger than every other person, every other man on this planet. But yet, what do you see? This type of treatment of the daughters of Zion. Okay, I'm going to head on back in, family. I just wanted to say this really quick because I was just talking about, like I said, I just did the video talking about the women down in Fulton, Georgia. And I already know how some of our brothers think. Many of them believe that the black woman has no place but under his feet. And they are not going to be happy for these sisters who are holding these high positions down in Georgia. If you haven't seen that video yet, family, go check it out. But it's very, very encouraging to me to see that our sisters are holding all of those offices like that. And I take my hats off to them. Okay, that's it. Shalom.